What the hell, Felicity? Why would you just go and dump water on me like that? Are you actually insane?
Huh? Of course not. I simply didn't see you standing beneath my window.
You didn't see me standing beneath your window? That's seriously the excuse you're going to go with? It's not even a good excuse. What were you even doing throwing water out of a window to begin with?
Well, I was watering the flowers beneath it. I want everything to look perfect for my wedding today. And I thought that the flowers were looking a little dry. They were sagging over quite a bit, so I thought a little bit of fresh water would perk them right up. It's not my fault that you were lurking beneath my window when I threw it. Oh well, looks like you'll have to go home now and miss the wedding. What a shame.
Oh, so that's what all this was about? You just don't want me to be at your wedding. Are you really that petty and self-centered that you'd actually throw a bucket of water over me just to get me to leave?
Oh, honey, if I were being petty, you'd know about it. This was me plainly showing you that I don't want you at my wedding. I did try to tell you. I didn't even send you an invitation, so you'd think that you would have gotten the message. But no. You showed up anyway. And in such an ugly dress, too. If anything, I've done you a favor. You look 10 times better wet, which isn't saying much to be honest, but you can only do so much with what you're born with.
God, I honestly don't know what Jacob sees in you. I can't believe that you're going to be my sister-in-law.
Who said anything about being sisters-in-law? There's no way in a million years that I'd ever see you as my sister, whether it's through marriage or not.
Finally, something that we can both agree on. After all, no sister of mine would purposefully dump a bucket of cold water on me just because she didn't want me at her wedding.
Yeah, well, you should have listened to me when I told you not to come.
It's not just up to you whether I get to come or not. It's up to my brother too.
Well, he doesn't want you here either.
Now I know you're just lying.
No, I'm actually not. Jacob told me himself that he doesn't want you here. He sees you as nothing more than an annoying little pest who he never wanted in his family to begin with. You were just an accident that came along and messed everything up, and Jacob really doesn't like you for doing that. In fact, he told me that he'll never forgive you for being born. You took all of his dad's attention and hogged it all for yourself. So selfish of you, if you ask me.
He does not think that, does he?
Yes, he actually does. You can even ask him yourself.
Fine, I will, and I'll prove you wrong whilst I'm at it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. Anyway, once me and Jacob are married, we'll be setting things right in the family once again.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for starters, we'll be getting rid of you.
Huh?
Yeah, we can't be having some pathetic, selfish, attention-hogging little girl in the family now, can we?
I'm guessing that spot's reserved for you, is it?
Oh, you're so funny.
Anyway, there's no way that my mom and dad would allow that to happen. They'll always have my back, especially against someone as horrible as you.
Well, they might be changing their minds very soon. Especially when I tell them that if they don't kick you out of the family, then they won't ever get to spend time with any grandchildren that they might have from me and Jacob.
What? You'd actually stop them from seeing their grandchildren if they refuse to kick me out of the family?
Yep, not to mention if your dad doesn't give Jacob the company.
What's that got to do with anything?
There's a reason that I'm marrying your brother, you know. Your dad owns a fairly successful business, one that brings him a decent amount of money anyway, and I want to make sure that I can have a life free of work and responsibilities. That means that in order for me to do that, Jacob needs to take over the company so that he can earn the money and I don't have to get a job. You're not a major threat to that plan, as no one in their right mind would give you the business, but I just want to make sure that nothing gets in the way of my life with Jacob. By getting rid of you, it also means that Jacob won't have to share any of the money that the company brings in, especially if he decides to sell the business off.
My dad would never do that to me.
Like I said, maybe he would if it meant that he wouldn't get to see his grandchildren.
That's so horrible. Why would you even do that? Do you really dislike me that much?
I don't just dislike you. I hate you.
Why? What have I ever done to you to cause you to hate me so much? As far as I know, I haven't even interacted with you that much. The only times I've ever seen you have been when Jacob has brought you over to the house.
Yeah, and during those times, you'd always hog his attention. He doesn't even like you, so why didn't you ever take the message and just leave us alone when we visited? Better yet, why weren't you just not there when we were there? You could have left and just not come back until we were gone. No one wanted you there anyway.
Oh, I see. You were just jealous of me.
What? Why would I be jealous of you?
Maybe because I have a nice, loving family who want me to succeed and do well in life. Not to mention, they always support me no matter what. You're just jealous that they love me. I always knew that you'd be one of those girls who simply can't stand having any other woman around them simply because they get jealous. You just want all the attention on you, 24/7. That's probably why you want Jacob to take over the company as well, isn't it? You want to be able to brag to your friends that you're rich and that your husband owns a business. Well, in case you hadn't noticed, I also work in the company, and I'm in a higher position than Jacob, so he won't be getting the whole company. My dad has already said that he would split everything between us 50-50.
That's what you think. When I'm finally married into the family, a lot of things will be changing. Starting with you. Now get out of my wedding before I decide to throw another bucket of water on you. And don't go through the actual venue. I don't want there to be water all over the floor when I'm trying to have my first dance. Plus, if anyone actually sees you looking like a drowned rat, I would die of embarrassment. Especially if they thought that you were my sister-in-law. So try and sneak out. Got it?
Whatever. It looks like it's going to be a lame wedding anyways.
What? How dare you say that? My wedding would never be lame.
Yeah, well, I think the lack of a DJ or band would beg to differ.
Just get out.
Gladly.
Sophia, where are you? The wedding's about to start and I can't find you anywhere. You're gonna miss it.
I'm not there, Dad.
Yes, I can see that, but where are you? You're gonna miss the ceremony.
No, I'm not at the wedding anymore.
What? Why not?
Well, for starters, Felicity chucked a bucket of cold water over me, so I'm drenched from head to toe and absolutely freezing. And secondly, apparently neither Felicity nor Jacob even want me at their wedding.
Hang on, what? She chucked a bucket of water on you? Was it an accident?
No, she did it on purpose. She also said that Jacob has never loved me or wanted me to be a part of the family. Apparently, he thinks that I was an accident who ruined his life because I took all of your attention or something like that.
Well, that's just ridiculous. You might not have been planned, but your mother and I love you so much and we wouldn't have had it any other way.
Thanks, Dad. But there was something else that Felicity said which has got me worried.
What is it?
Well, she said that she wouldn't let you or Mom see any children that they might have unless you kick me out of the family and give the company to Jacob.
She said that?
Yeah. Look, I don't want to be the reason that you don't get to see your grandchildren. So, if you want me to leave, I will. I can figure something out.
Sophia, don't be ridiculous. There's no way that I would ever kick you out of the family. Even if this woman stops me from seeing my grandchildren, it doesn't change anything. You're my daughter and you're much more important to me than she will ever be, okay?
Really, Dad?
Yes. Now, you just leave your brother and his wife to me. I'll sort them out.
What do you mean?
Well, I plan on making a little speech at the wedding where I would then give control of the company to you and your brother 50-50 each. You know that I'm getting on in age and I want to experience the world a bit before I'm too old for that. I was going to retire and leave the business to you and Jacob, but with recent events coming to light, I might have to think about a few things first. But you don't need to worry about that. You just make sure you get home, okay? And that you dry off and relax. I'll sort everything else out.
Thank you, Dad. I love you.
I love you too, sweetie.
What have you done, you witch? How have you turned your dad against us like that? I can't believe what's just happened.
Huh? Felicity? Why are you messaging me? Aren't you supposed to be celebrating?
Don't act dumb with me. I can't believe what you made your dad do.
I've not made him do anything. Why? What happened?
Well, we were all enjoying the reception when it came time for the toast. I thought that your dad would give a nice little toast, congratulating me and Jacob, and then handing over the company to Jacob as a wedding present. Instead, your dad turned around and said that he would never see me as his daughter-in-law due to how horrible I am, and that he was removing Jacob from the company altogether, meaning that he wouldn't get a single dollar from it unless you, as vice president, said that it was okay.
Whoa, he said all that? And in front of everyone?
Yes, it was so humiliating. I'd already bragged to all of my friends about how rich I would be, and now I'm not going to have a single dollar. This is all your fault.
Actually, no, it isn't. All I did was tell my dad what you said and did to me. He came up with this idea by himself. My dad has always prided himself on his virtues, including his kindness and his loyalty to his family. If someone tries to mess with the people that he loves, then he will make sure that they know not to do that again. Clearly, he thought this would be the best way to teach you and Jacob the consequences of your actions.
I can't believe it. You have to talk to your dad and make him give Jacob the company. If not all of it, then at least the half that he already had. It's not fair if you keep it all to yourself.
Look, I love my brother, but apparently he doesn't feel the same. I would like to help him, but my dad has just told me that if I try to give Jacob his half of the company back without him changing his selfish ways, then I will also be cut off and everything will go to charity.
What?
Yep. Looks like you and Jacob need to start working on being nicer to people, especially if you want this company. It's the only way my dad will let you have half of it after all.
This is so unfair. I hate you for this.
You might want to start thinking about how you talk to me. I mean, I doubt my dad will want to help you if you keep telling me you hate me.
Ugh!
I think you'll be without this company for quite a while. Best start looking for a job if I were you. Just like my dad said, he put the company in my name, making me his sole heir to the business. He made sure to let Jacob know that he could regain his half of the company by being nicer and kinder to me. However, he's still working on that. As for Felicity, she did end up having to get a job so that she and Jacob could afford their home. She also has to be kinder to me if she and Jacob are to get their share of the company, which means that I can't see that happening for a very long time. Oh well, some people need to learn how to be decent human beings the hard way.